whispering about astrology. So, if you're interested in astrology, you're in for a treat. I'm going to be talking about conjunctions, the new moon in Scorpio. That is going to be very powerful this year, and other things about astrology and my birth chart and things like that. So I want you guys to just sit back, relax. You guys don't have to worry about a thing. There is nothing to worry about. Just sit back, relax, and listen to the sounds. You guys are in a safe place whenever you watch my videos. This is a safe place. You are safe, protected. A calm environment. You don't have to worry about a thing. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy. So, as you guys might know, there is a new moon coming up in Scorpio and on November 4th, 2021. And if you don't know, a new moon is a conjunction, two planets coming together. It's a conjunction between the sun and the moon. So basically, if you don't know the moon cycles, I'll explain. So this is us in the middle, right? Earth. This is Earth, and we have the moon, and then the sun is going to be way over here. Pretend this is the sun. So the sun is here, and the moon is right here. So pretend that the light from the sun is shining this way, and the light is on this side of the moon, so we can't see any of that light. So a new moon is completely black to us, and when it starts turning this way, you start to see that sliver of light from the sun, and then when it comes to the full moon over here, the Earth is here, the moon is here, and you can see all that light on the moon because it is opposite of the sun, so you can see all that light during the full moon. But we have a new moon coming up in Scorpio, so the moon's going to be here, we're going to be here, Scorpio's this way. So, new moon in Scorpio, the moon is going to be completely black, so you're not going to be able to see much of it at night, maybe just a little sliver before or after the new moon. So this is going to mean a lot of different things depending on your own birth chart. So I want to talk about this new moon and what Scorpio has to do with it. So Scorpio season started back on October 23rd, and it's going to end around November 21st, 22nd. So Scorpio season represents death, rebirth, and I don't know how to say it, like death and rebirth basically. And it also represents the darker side of life, things that are taboo. It represents sex and passionate. It's a very passionate sign. It's a water sign, so it's emotional. It's a very deep sign. It's one of the deeper signs of the zodiac, and it's actually at a discordance with my sun sign, Aquarius and Scorpio, are at a discordance, a square we call it. So Scorpio is a very watery, emotional, deep sign, and it is a fixed sign as well, which means it is resistant to change, and it is usually pretty stubborn and stuck in their ways. Also, like Aquarius is a fixed sign as well. So that means with this new moon, if your sun sign is a fixed sign, so we're talking about Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, or Leo, those four fixed signs, if that's your sun sign, this new moon will probably affect you a little bit more because Scorpio is also a fixed sign. And there's that square with Scorpio, Aquarius, and Scorpio and Leo. There's that opposition with Scorpio and Taurus. So if that is your sun sign one of those four, you're going to be affected by this new moon. You're going to feel the energies a little bit stronger. So with the new moon in Scorpio, like I said, if you're a Leo, Aquarius, a Taurus, or a Scorpio, you're going to be affected a little bit more. And also, this new moon is important because the fixed signs are very important right now in astrology. Because, I'll tell you why. So right now, the planets are at a very unique configuration, and in my opinion, and what a lot of other people believe, is that the configuration of the planets has everything to do with what's going on this Earth right now. So, understand that we as human beings, we're so tiny compared to the energies that these ginormous planets bring. So if you try to think about it, there's Earth, right? And then we are literally like tiny ants compared to Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, all these planets. So it makes sense that their energies can impact us in great ways, very powerful ways. They're incomprehensible to us. We can't even imagine how giant they are because they're so giant. The universe is just crazy. We can't even really comprehend it. So that's why I believe in astrology so much, because it's the only explanation to everything that's going on right now on this planet. And as above, so below, what goes on out there is going to happen on this planet Earth. So everything that's going on, pandemic, wildfires, famine, food shortage, tsunamis, earthquakes, all these things that are going on right now are a result of the planetary configurations. So, obviously it's not proven by science, but this is what I believe. I truly believe. So, right now, Saturn is in Aquarius with Jupiter, right? And that was the great conjunction of 2020. And that kicked off the age of Aquarius back on December 21st, 2020. And this was huge. So you may notice that ever since December 21st, 2020, everything's been a little bit different. Like 2020 has just felt odd. It's felt off in some way. And that's because a huge transformation is actually happening on the planet. We're moving into a new astrological age, and everything is changing so rapidly. It's the age of spirit into matter, as Lightways likes to say. Shout out to Lightways on YouTube. He talks about some ascension symptoms, and I've definitely had a lot of those. But it's about spirit into matter. So we're connecting with our spirit. There's a 5D shift on the planet, and it has everything to do with the planets. It has everything to do with this great conjunction that happened. But also, the big thing is that Uranus, I don't really know how to say it. Uranus is over here in Taurus, right? And Jupiter and Saturn are in Aquarius over here. And, Taurus and Aquarius, like I said before, they're at a square, they're at a discordant configuration. So you might feel that Uranus represents growth, and it represents innovation mainly, and freedom. But this is being hindered by Saturn in Aquarius, Uranus in Taurus, and Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, and this is a square. This is a discordant configuration. So Saturn represents restrictions, limitations, the system that we live in, and like rigid rules, and Uranus represents freedom, innovation, breaking free from the system in the future, moving on, advancement. And you might be feeling that you want to move on in your life. There's so many things that you want to do, but you're being held back by something. You're being held back by rigid rules from Saturn and Aquarius. square configuration between Uranus and Saturn, and I can't even describe how much I've been feeling this for the past year. It's part of the reason why I'm doing this channel, and why I'm spreading information, and why I'm creating content for all you guys. It's been a huge part of my life, probably because I'm an Aquarius, and Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius, and we got Saturn in Aquarius, and it's just crazy. It's been affecting me so much, and that's part of the reason why I believe in astrology. It's just, I feel this energy so heavily in my life, and it all makes so much sense to me. So we got that square with Jupiter and Saturn, and Uranus and Taurus. So you may be feeling that you want to move on in life. There's big things that you want to do, but Saturn is holding you back. There are rules that you have to follow in this system. And until 2023, Saturn's going to be in Aquarius, so we're going to have that square until 2023. So that's why I'm saying, keep moving forward. Whatever you're going through, you're going to get through it. This too shall pass. I always say, this too shall pass, because the planets are always moving. They're always changing. That's why change is the only constant in this universe. Change is the only constant because these planets are constantly moving. The energies are always changing. And a lot of times it feels very slow because Saturn is a very slow moving planet. Uranus is a very slow moving planet. So change takes a long time. That's why change takes so long. Because these planets, I'm pretty sure Saturn takes 29.5 years to get around the entire zodiac. 1 year on Saturn is 29.5 years on Earth. So Saturn is very slow. It's a very karmic heavy planet. So Saturn is like hard to deal with, but we gotta deal with it. Also, I want to talk about the retrograde with Uranus and Neptune. So Saturn and Jupiter were just in a retrograde, but now they're out of retrograde. So you may have noticed a pretty big shift about a few weeks ago or about a week ago, and you may have noticed that things have been changing a lot recently in a good way for a lot of people, or it could be in a bad way for some people, but things have been changing a lot recently. This is like the biggest and transformative period that the Earth has been through in so long. So Jupiter and Saturn were in retrograde, and now Uranus and Neptune are still in retrograde. So the energy's still going to feel kind of off with that. Neptune representing your dreams, the spiritual side of life, and Uranus, like I said, freedom. So you're still going to feel kind of off in those areas, like something's wrong. And that's what retrograde is. Whenever a planet is in retrograde, it's moving in the opposite direction relative to Earth. So the energy's going to feel different. It's going to feel off. It's going to be delayed. So that's why I say keep moving forward, keep pushing forward. When Saturn and Jupiter were in retrograde, so many things happened to me that were actually key for my ascension and key for my awakening. So many things happened to me. I went through a lot of stuff in my personal life that were very difficult, very challenging. And I'm sure you guys probably did too, depending on your own birth chart, but I'm an Aquarius, so I feel like that's why I was affected so heavily by these energies. If you guys are still watching, you guys are the real ones. I appreciate you. And I want to say, comment down below your birth chart, and I can, if you want some help, I can talk to you a little bit. I can message you if you want any help regarding your birth chart or anything in your life that you need help with, because I've been through so much in the past year regarding like astrology, and I've been looking at astrology a lot, and it's been connecting. There are parallels from astrology and events that are happening in my own life, in my own transformation. So Aquarius Pisces cusp. So I was born on a full moon. The moon was also on the Leo Virgo cusp, but my moon was in Virgo. My sun was on the second last day of Aquarius. So I was born on a full moon. The energy, it means I'm a very sensitive person, and the energy is very high. And with that Pisces rising, I absorb a lot of energy around me. So when I walk in a room, I feel the energy. I feel when people get angry, I feel that. It's like a stab, I feel it. And when people are happy, joyful, laughing, I also feel that. So I am heavily influenced by the energies around me. So that's why I'm so used to astrology, and I'm so used to, over the past 2 years, I've been looking at astrology so much because it's been connecting so much. It's scary how accurate it's been with my own life. Like my Virgo moon, I see it so clearly because I've always been so analytical, and I've always been so precise. It has to be this certain way, like emotionally. Things have bothered me when everything's not perfect. Like, I'm a perfectionist. I'm actually a perfectionist, and I'm working on it. But with that Pisces rising, Pisces is the opposite of Virgo. Pisces represents the bigger things, spirituality. Virgo is the tiny details in life. So that opposition, that creates a lot of discordance in my life. And if you guys are born on a full moon, if your rising sign is opposite of your moon or sun sign, you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys feel that. So, finally, whatever you're going through, just want to remind you again, keep moving forward. The universe has a plan for you. Just know that the universe has a plan for you. All this that you've been going through, it all is not for nothing. It all